Hello patrons, how's it going? This is Big Lair here. So it's the 19th of November where I am. It's a little before 8 o'clock. It's about 7:45. And I spent a good part of yesterday adding in these new metrics that I wanted to see what's going on with the cryptocurrencies. So I spent a lot of time doing that. It was very interesting. So I've added 3 things. Excuse me. So I've taken, all of the information I had, and I added something called the percent of the 1-year high. So what percentage, for example, Bitcoin, right? It's $8,294, which, by the way, is really down from this morning. Let's see, this morning it was around, I think I was up until 1 a.m. this morning, fiddling around, putting these metrics in, making sure the formulas were all correct. So I know what the prices were because I put the prices in of the cryptocurrencies. I put the prices in at 1 a.m. this morning just to make sure that what I had done was okay, because I took all of the numbers from yesterday after I'd made my video. This was later in the day, and I put in all of these formulas, checked them, double checked them, and then I copied it, pasted it, and used numbers from this morning at 1 a.m. just to see if everything would work correctly and all the new numbers would fill in the spreadsheet, and everything looked good. So I had all of the prices from 1 a.m. this morning. Now it's 7:45, so it's about 6 hours and 45 minutes later. Holy moly, some of the prices have really dropped. And it's quite funny because as I was doing that, I thought to myself, I wonder if I was looking at Digibyte and Pundi and NeoGas, and I'll get into the reason why I was looking at those. And I said to myself, geez, I wonder, no, sorry, not Digibyte, Cardano, Pundi, and NeoGas. And I said to myself, geez, I wonder if I should just sell some of these. Just sell a bunch of them, and we'll see if the price is less, later in the day. Of course, it's 1 in the morning, and I was a little tired. Maybe I was thinking a little funny or something, but I had a reason for thinking that, which I'll get into in a second. And now I wake up today and I realized, oh my God, if I had done that, I actually would have been sitting pretty well 6 hours and 45 minutes later. Okay, so let me get back to this. Sorry, I got off track there. So the price of Bitcoin right now, when I checked, was $8,294. So one of the new things I'm looking at now, one of these new metrics is Bitcoin's current price is what percent of its 1-year high? Well, it's 64.33% of its 1-year high. And if I go into my formula here, it tells me the 1-year high was 12,892. Okay. Well, then I thought, wouldn't it be nice to know what percent of the all-time high that is? Okay, so of course, with that 8,294, what percentage of the all-time high is that? Well, it's only 41.29% of its all-time high. I believe the all-time high was $20,089. And then I also calculated, well, what percent, or if the price of Bitcoin, for example, the price of Bitcoin at $82.94 goes today all the way until the all-time high, what percent increase will that be? Well, that'll be a 142% increase. So I'm also looking at that now, those 3 things. Percent of 1-year high, the percent of the all-time high, and then getting to the all-time high from the current price would be what percent increase. Okay, So I just had a big sneeze coming there and I fought it back successfully. Yay. Okay, well, I can tell you because I just put the new crypto prices in, the prices are much different right now than they were earlier this morning. Let's see. What are we looking at? What's the best coin today? Well, actually the best coin changed. One in the morning it was Theta, but it's not Theta anymore. It's Veritasium. Veritasium is up 5.7%. It's up in its fiat currency price. It gained some strength against Bitcoin. Next would be Theta. Theta is up 2.8%, so almost 3% in dollar terms. Gained some strength. Tezos is up 2.6%. Tezos up 2.6% in fiat currency terms. And it also gained some strength. Now, wow, the big losers here, Stellar. Stellar is at 6.6 cents, right? Look at Stellar, you can get it for 6.6 cents. So the price is down almost 8.5% in dollar terms, right? The next one, let's see, Neo Gas is down 7.2% in dollar terms. It's at $1.42. I'm very happy to see this. Why? Because I've been watching this, for more than a week now, and I've, seriously watching it to where I'm charting. I don't want to say charting it out, but I'm keeping information on it, here in my spreadsheet. And the high, I believe, over the last 2 weeks was $1.57. So this is pretty good, from $1.57 to $1.42. That's about a 10% decrease in price. This is a coin that I would really like to get, so I'm quite happy about this. I do have some extra money on the sidelines that I was saving to pick up some Litecoin at a very cheap price. I may cancel my Litecoin order just to pick up Neo Gas. So I'm happy it's going down in price here. Okay, what else is happening? Neo. No, sorry. I gotta get my glasses here. Things look a little fuzzy. OMG. Yeah, OMG is at 95 cents. It's down 8.3%. Now, if we go back, what was OMG yesterday? OMG was $1.04 when I checked. Now it's 95. That's 9 cents. Geez, if a person had just sold it yesterday at $1.04 and now picked it back up for 95 cents, you've almost gained 10% back. Almost gained 10% back. And let me just make one calculation here. Okay, I'm back. I just wanted to do a quick calculation on OMG. So if you had sold it yesterday at 104 and then bought it back today at 95, let's say you had 20 OMG, and you sold at 104, you bought back at 95 cents, you would have gained almost two OMG, which isn't too bad for just one day. Picking up close to, it's almost 10%, right? Okay, so those coins are really down. What else is down? Neo is down. Oh boy, it's $11.50. What was Neo yesterday? $12.18. Now this is one of those things that I talk about Neo all the time. It has these big price swings. Several days ago it was $13. It was over $13. And I think I had told everybody, well, at $13, Neo has passed my first price target to sell. I did not sell it. I was waiting to see if it would go up, which means I was not working my plan. I have to slap my wrist for that one. Didn't work. And then, to make matters worse, as it was going down from $13, I forgot to sell some of my Neo at my target price, my first target price. And then now looking at it today at 11.50, well, that would have been a perfect buyback price. So NEO already fulfilled my wishes. It hit my first target price, and then it dropped down 20% so that I could buy it back and gain some coins. I did not work my plan. So, there's an expression here in Japan, even monkeys fall from trees, which means even someone who's really good at something also makes mistakes. We all make mistakes, basically, right? So I was not working my plan. That is so important. If you just work your plan, things turn out so well. I look back over the last so many months of trading. When I've been the most successful is when I work my plan. I don't overthink it. I say, it hit my target number, boom, I sell it. And then I wait. It hit my buyback price, I buy it back. The times where I've said to myself, I'm going to, wait a few hours and see if it goes up even higher, or, okay, I won't do it now. I'll go to work, and then when I come back, probably it'll be higher. No, those things, in my experience, don't work out. And in my defense, recently, I should have, the reason I didn't go and sell it at my first target price after it, blew past it, and I thought it would go higher and it didn't, and then as it was coming down, I simply forgot. I simply forgot to do that. So shame on me, right? I did not work my plan. If I had, I'd be sitting here with even more NEO than when I started with a few days ago. Okay, sorry about that there. So I did not work my plan. So my advice to all of you, even though I recently did not follow that advice, was to work your plan. Just have a plan and work your plan. Don't overthink it. Don't get emotional. Don't get greedy. If you just work your plan, things go pretty smoothly. Now, of course, you have to be patient. It's not always like, bada bing, bada boom, it's done, right? Sometimes it takes time. I've waited, 2 months for a price target to be met, but that really paid off. Every time I've worked my plan, even when I've had to wait, it's always paid off. So don't be like me these last couple days. Stick to your plan and work it. And I will be doing that from this point forward. Okay. Now, so I've got this new information here. It's telling me, the current price of these coins, what percent of the 1-year high are they, what percent of the all-time high are they, and then if the price goes from its current price, back to its all-time high, what percent increase will that be? Well, that gave some very, very interesting data. For example, let's look at EOS. So EOS is at 38% of its 1-year high. Okay? So that's got a long ways to run, I think, right? It's at 38% of its all-time high. Of its 1-year high, Sorry about that. So the current price is only 38% of its 1-year high. Of its all-time high, the current price is 14%. It's 14% of its all-time high. So this coin really has a long way to run, I think. So that looks very interesting. Now there are other coins that are, now this is all, new data that I'm gathering. These are new metrics. I don't know anyone else who's gathering this sort of thing. I haven't found anyone who's doing this sort of thing. Possibly, if I went back to some of my MBA professors and said to them, hey, this is what I'm doing, they might point me to some statistician or some professor somewhere who's thinking about the same things I'm thinking about, and gathering data with a hypothesis or some kind of theory, and then now they're testing it out. So that's where I am. I haven't come across anyone else who's doing this. If I find someone, I'd be very happy, because I'm only, at this point, I'm just guessing as to what these numbers mean. Okay, let me give you some examples. So, NEO gas, I call it neo gas, but it's just gas, right? Okay, so currently, the current price is 37% of its 1-year high. But it's only 1.46% of its all-time high. This thing has got a long ways to run. It's only 1.46 of its all-time high. Now, if this neo gas went from its current price all the way up to its high, it would increase 6,765%. Did you hear that? 6,765% increase. If gas from its current price went all the way to its all-time high, it would be a 6,765% increase. That is a crazy number. Is there anything else in my basket of cryptos that looks as attractive as gas? No. Actually, there's one that looks more attractive, but this one is a big question mark. Okay, this is PoonDX. PoonDX is currently at 14.8% of its 1-year high. It's only 1%, only 1% of its all-time high. So if Poondi goes from its current price, PoonDX, right, from its current price to its all-time high, it will be a 9,000% increase. Now that sounds pretty awesome. In my opinion, if you want to make money with cryptocurrencies, you should pick coins that are, they're stable as far as, the use case, how, the adoption, the reputation they have, the team they have behind them. There's all kinds of stuff like that that we can research and look at and say, yes, this looks good on paper, right? And then we can also look at these numbers and say, well, we like a coin. We've already established that this coin is good. All of those factors, the team behind it, what they're doing, they're creating partnerships, they're making all the milestones, they're achieving all the milestones, from their plan or their white paper. Everything is going smoothly. If we looked at it from a traditional business sense, we would say, yes, they have a good business. So first, that's what we want to establish with these coins. And the coins that I've chosen for my basket, in my opinion, satisfy those traditional business requirements. The only one that I wonder about is PoonDX. PoonDX seems to have a good team. They've achieved all their milestones. They've got really good adoption. They're trying to spread it into different parts of the world. I originally liked PoonDX because it comes from Indonesia. I've been to Indonesia numerous times. I've seen how the people live there. I've interacted with the locals because I was working on a big education for an education company. So I worked directly with schools and teachers and the staff of the school. So I have sort of a unique understanding of what's going on in Indonesia, because when I would travel there, I would often stay for a week at a time, and I spent time with the local people. I ate my meals with them, so I know how their lives are. And when I saw Poondi, read about it, thought about it, I decided that this is a pretty solid project. If they can keep everything together, there should be huge adoption in that area of the world. Indonesia has a huge population, right? There's like 7,000 islands that make up Indonesia. And anyway, so I like Poondi, but the price is just, man, is this going to be a unicorn? If you have Poondi, are you going to be sitting really well someday? I've got a tiny bit, not a lot. So if I just look at, all of these coins going from their current prices to their all-time highs, Poondi has the biggest potential just to hit the all-time high. Like I said, 9,000%. Now, the other thing is, I've talked about this, maybe I talked about this yesterday in the daily video. The history of the cryptocurrency market is very short. And people will always tell you past performance is not going to predict, future returns. So you can't look back at the past too much to see what's going to happen in the future. And it's especially true with cryptocurrencies. So, for example, the high of Bitcoin was 20,000, right? $20,089. There are people who say Bitcoin will go all the way to $2 million, right? There are people out on YouTube saying that $1 million, $2 million. A lot of people think it'll go to $100,000. Cliff High in his WebBot reports, or the crypto reports that he put out there, he had data. His spiders brought back data that he interpreted from the, what do you call it, the SERPy mass of all the language, and he decoded it as, there would be these $100,000 Bitcoin parties. Now, I have a lot of respect for Cliff. I've followed Cliff since 2001. Yeah, I followed him from the very beginning because he was in contact with a guy named George Ure with the urbansurvival.com website that I used to kind of hang around and read the economic stuff from that. So anyway, I've known about Cliff since 2001. I've been a big fan of Cliff's, and as Cliff himself will admit, the timing is really hard to get. So I've never been upset with Cliff on timing issues because he's always right on the content. The content is always correct. There may be times he misinterprets something, but if you had any idea what he's doing with his software, he's doing incredibly complicated, genius level stuff. The average person can't even comprehend what Cliff is doing. So the timing, I don't mind the timing being off. There's a lot of people, psychics included, they all admit, timing, you just can't get it right. So, but Cliff, in my opinion, has always hit the nail on the head when it comes to content. So here we have, him picking up that there's going to be these $100,000 Bitcoin parties. Okay, so we've got that. We've got other people saying, even higher amounts. How far past the all-time high will Bitcoin go? See, we don't know. We don't know. So all I'm doing is just saying, well, I have no idea if the coins will go past their all-time highs or not. But I have to make some assumptions just to get a working theory going. So my assumption will be the chance of it hitting the 1-year high is pretty good, these coins. Their high point, the high price in the last year, it's a really good chance they're going to hit that. And there's also a chance that they will hit their all-time highs. As more people come into the market, more capital floods in, more fiat currency floods in, and it should bring the price of cryptocurrencies back up at least to where the total market cap was before. I know there are some people who say, the total market cap those figures are bogus, they're not true. There are exchanges that are lying about their volume. Yeah, I agree, especially here in Japan. I do not trust the exchanges here in Japan at all. They artificially inflate prices, in my opinion. They lie about their volume. And I've sat on some of these exchanges with clients here in Japan, and I've watched, for example, Bitcoin Cash. 15 minutes will go by before anyone buys any Bitcoin Cash. And there are times when the selling is the same. Just imagine sitting there for an exchange, a major exchange in Japan, and no one is buying or selling anything for 15 minutes. That's pretty amazing. And I've seen that on, many, many occasions over several coins. So I get it. Maybe the exchanges are not truthful about their volume. So the total market cap, maybe that's an inflated number also. However, whatever that number was, back in beginning of 2018, whatever that number was, I don't care. But let's say we get back to those levels, those same levels, whatever they were, then I think it's fair to say that these coins will go back and hit their all-time highs. Not all the coins, because there's over 3,000 cryptocurrencies, but I think the ones in my basket will. I think they're good, solid projects, and I think they will go back to their all-time highs. So that's what I have to work with, right? It's just a working theory, and we'll see how it goes. So if that was the case, wow, gas, this Neo gas looks fascinating, looks fantastic. Kapundi X looks amazing. Some other coins, OMG looks great. Cardano looks great. Neo looks pretty good. Veritasium looks great. So, those are just some of the numbers or some of the things I'm thinking right now. Of course, I need a lot more data, a lot more data to make any true assumptions. Does that sound weird to say true assumptions? I need more data to make a more informed choice. That's the best way to put it. Okay. So if I was looking at things today, taking all of the information into consideration, I'm still on the EOS train. EOS is a buy for me. The price has gone down almost 6% since yesterday. However, every coin is down. Every coin in my basket, all 20 coins are down. So I don't... So EOS is down. I don't feel bad about it. Everyone else is taking a hit. Other coins have taken a similar hit in price, percentage-wise, to EOS. Hang in there. This is sort of like, I feel like with this price going down now, it's like, when a tidal wave comes. When a tidal wave comes, it actually pulls the water back from the beach, and then it comes crashing. So I think this drop here, this drop is it's preceding a pump in prices. So I think prices from here will go up. So I just think, wow, okay, EOS, it's gone down even more than I thought it would. So I would definitely say EOS is a buy. Let's see, OMG. OMG is now in very good territory for a buy, in my opinion. When I first bought OMG, it was much more than 95 cents. Neo Gas. Now, Neo Gas, I've been, I keep calling it Neo Gas. So you know what I mean, right? It's gas. I've been watching this for over a week now. Seriously, at 142, I would say this is a buy. This is the lowest price I've seen it. I know it's been lower, but I'm saying I would buy this today if I had the fiat currency. I would get OMG. I would get EOS. My God, look at Cardano. Cardano's at 4 cents, 4.3 cents. That is crazy. I bought that at almost double the price when I first got it. Stellar is down pretty good. And was there one more I was going to talk about here? Let me see. Oh, and Neo. Neo is at $11.50. In my opinion, that is a pretty good buy-in price. Okay, so that's all I have for you today. I know it's probably a lot of information. It's long. Hopefully it wasn't too boring. I've got these 3 new metrics that I'm looking at. I'm sort of developing a theory now as to what some of these numbers mean. I'll be tracking things very carefully, especially as the numbers rise, to see if I can catch, before, when I see these numbers in my chart, in my spreadsheet, it means this is going to happen. So hopefully I'll have one of those aha moments soon. All right, you guys, it's the 19th of November. I'm here in Nagoya, Japan. This is the daily crypto update for the middle and upper tier. You guys have a great day.